Are you a landlord or real estate investor who's been thinking about hiring a property manager? Look no further. This is the video for you. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the benefits of hiring a property manager and what a property manager does. Everyone loves owning real estate until they have to maintain and manage that property. You might be starting to accumulate a real estate portfolio where you own 2, 3, 5, 10 homes. Or you may just be an out-of-town investor, someone who owns property in a different state. You live in New York, but you own property in Florida. You need to find tenants for that property to get it rented and start cash flowing that property. Well, these are all good reasons for you to hire a property manager. They're going to make your life a lot easier. My name is Michael Watkins. I am the founder and principal broker of Cashback Realty. We're one-stop shopping. We'll manage your property. We'll help you acquire property. We're a real estate brokerage. I'm also a licensed mortgage loan originator, so I can help you with financing, hard money, etc. In all my years of dealing with investors, helping them acquire property, taking it all the way through disposition, the number one reason why a lot of landlords and investors get burnt out, you guessed it, managing the property, collecting rent, maintaining that property, going through vacancies, having to deal with tenants who maybe don't take care of the upkeep on the property the way they would like it. This is the number one reason why a lot of investors get burnt out and decide to sell or maybe hire a property management company like us at Cashback Realty. So let's start with what the fee is for property management. And there's usually a range anywhere between 8 and maybe 12%, right? We charge 10% of what the monthly rent is. So depending on the property, if it's a single family home, for instance, right? Let's say you're renting that property for $2,000 a month. Our management fee on that property would be $200 per month. There's usually not a standard fee. It just depends on the services that particular owner wants from us. For example, I remember dealing with a gentleman who was over in California, owned a condo down in Fort Lauderdale, and he had a vehicle parked in a separate storage area of that property that he needed us to go and start every few days. Like every week or so, we would go by, he requested us to go by, start the vehicle up, make sure the battery was good, make sure the vehicle was running, because he would frequent Florida. Maybe every couple of months he would come to Florida and that's the vehicle he would drive. He kept it on the property. So that was part of the management agreement that we worked out with him, where someone, either myself or one of my assistants, would go by, start his vehicle up, make sure it was, in good running condition, and he paid us for doing that. So that wasn't a typical deal. We took care of a couple of other things for him as well, but every deal is customized to our client. It's customized to the property and what's needed to maintain and properly manage that property. If you're finding value in this video, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, like, and share. Now, there are property management companies that will charge you a flat fee. And listen, like the old saying goes, you get what you pay for. Sometimes you have some of these companies that will charge you $100 no matter what the property is. But then there are things that will be noticeably lacking. So when you're vetting your management company, be careful who you hire. The cheapest is not always the best. The fact that Cashback Realty is a full-service real estate brokerage means that your vacancy rates are going to be much lower. Why? Because immediately after a tenant moves out, that property will be listed in the MLS and online to get a new tenant in there, so you can reduce those vacancy rates. So we're always going to be marketing the property should you have a vacancy. Ultimately, our goal is to get a long-term tenant in your property, hopefully a 2-3 year or more tenant, so that way those vacancy rates can be reduced and you have a long-term, more consistent paying tenant. The typical commission for listing a property and getting it rented is 1 month's rent. We do not charge an advertising fee, because as the real estate brokerage or as a listing broker for your property to get it rented again, that's our job. Our job is to market the property, get it out there, and get a new qualified tenant into that property. So we're not going to charge you an advertising fee like some other management companies may do. So those are some of the line items that you want to look for when you're looking for a management company to see if they're a good fit for you. Some of the other expenses that your management company may request from you are typical of what's necessary to maintain the property when you have a tenant there, right? So for example, maintaining the appliances, right? The stove, the refrigerator, right? Or maybe the heating and cooling system. Another expense could be landscaping, right? Maintaining the lawn, trees, etc. If there's a pool in the property, maintaining the pool, if these are things that you agreed with the tenant that you are responsible for. Depending on the terms of the lease, maintaining the electrical, air conditioning, plumbing, etc. may be the responsibility of the tenant. If you're finding value in this video, give a click on that subscribe button below, like and share with someone who you think might find it useful. Now let's talk about another fee that is not often discussed, and that's an eviction fee. A lot of times landlords will enter into an agreement with a property manager without discussing the parameters or terms of what happens or what the fees are if you should have to evict that tenant, right? For example, dealing with attorneys, serving notices, court appearances that property manager may need to attend on your behalf to successfully complete an eviction, right? Those can range anywhere from a flat fee. I've seen folks charge anywhere from $500 to $600 to up to $1,000 or possibly more, depending on what's necessary for you to reclaim possession of your property. So that's a quick summary of what a property manager does in hiring a property management company. Perhaps you're a landlord or an investor who's becoming a little disenchanted with dealing with maintaining a property. Reach out to us and we'll help you.